Then the 11 disciples went to Galilee, to the mountain where Jesus had told them to go. When they saw him, they worshipped him. Then Jesus came to them and said, "All authority in heaven and on earth has been given to me. Therefore go and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, and teaching them to obey everything I have commanded you. And surely I am with you always, to the very end of the age."
Hi everyone, I'm Penny Schultz, host of Go Ye Therefore. Today, I'm with a member of the J. Peter Gruitz family who has served the precious people of Haiti for generations, providing training and education for families, food distribution programs, and medical care. Today we will hear from Harry Gruitz, who has dedicated his life to carry a lifeline of hope to the nation of Haiti. Joining us is also John Romine, who serves alongside the Gruitz family. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Nice
you.
to be
It's
here.
good to be here.
It's so nice to have both of you in the studio today.
Thank you.
John, I hear that you have been with the Gruitz family in Haiti working for the past 30 years.
Yes, we initially had a hospital in Haiti, which we'll talk about today. And then we had a college, which was really training people to stay in Haiti and serve in some capacity of ministry, social work, counseling, youth work. And so that's how I got involved 30 years ago.
I'm glad that you're a part of this. Now, Harry, John said that your mom is like a spiritual mom to him. I imagine she's like that for a lot of people.
Well, Mother's been teaching for over 50 years, wrote the Understanding God book and other books, and she had the minister's candidate school at the church, and she's gone nationwide trying to help people.
She's a remarkable woman.
Yes.
And I'm glad that she taught you and your brothers to love Jesus.
Yes.
And to want to be a part of what is called Rhema International.
Rhema International, restoring hope through medical aid and education.
Tell us about that.
Well, Mom and Dad went to Haiti 38 years ago, and they saw the need and they couldn't get it out of their mind, and they felt the Lord wanted them to make a difference. So they started a school in Haiti, which John was the dean and worked that. And then we, government, after we were there for a while, the government told us that they wanted a hospital. So they showed us Bocasel, and that's where we started.
That's remarkable. And it's been a long-standing commitment to serve the people.
38 years.
38 years.
Yeah.
And you're still going strong.
Yes.
You mentioned the hospital. What happens? What takes place there?
Well, the infant mortality rate was 60% of the mothers and babies were dying in Haiti. So, knock on wood, it's been, 5 years?
Yes.
We haven't lost a mother or a child.
Incredible.
The hospital is doing fantastic. We're taking care of mothers and children up to about the age of 10. And we've also got into a food program with Kids Against Hunger with Dr. Burwell. And we're now shipping 1.5 million meals to Haiti, in which John's in charge of making sure they get distribution. That's why we were there last week. We visit the orphanage, the Christian orphanages, and we make sure they have food for the children. Children in Haiti, a lot of them, when they get red hair, that means they're dying of malnutrition. And so the food program has been a real vital thing for the hospital as far as making them well again. Because a lot of them, the reason why they were so sick is because they were starving to death.
And that has changed.
Yes.
Through the efforts of Rhema International.
Yes. Yes.
And John, you are involved in that. Can you share with us what your role is?
Well, several years ago, we became partners with Kids Against Hunger, and they package, it's in a plastic sealed container. It has chicken-flavored rice, soy, and all the vitamins and nutrients that a person needs on a daily basis. And we began to help supply food to multiple orphanages and schools. And now between us and Convoy of Hope, we are feeding about 4,000 children a day in Haiti. Yeah, it's great.
I'm glad you're involved there.
I am too.
And it's only been 2 weeks since you were there?
Yes.
So when do you plan to go back?
We'll be going back probably in January. We need to do some work at the hospital, and we're trying to put together a work crew that would go with us.
That's pretty exciting. I actually will get to interview a group soon that just returned from Haiti, a work crew that went there. And a lot of people want to help. If someone wants to get involved with this foundation, who would they reach out to, or how can they connect with you?
They could call the office 248-652-2450. That's 248-652-2450. And ask for myself, Harry Gruitz. I'd be more than happy to talk to them. One exciting thing that we're doing that we realize, it says in the Bible, give and it'll be given back to you. Well, Rhema we've kind of funneled our ministry a little bit into feeding orphans and other ministries. And Dr. Burwell, through Kids Against Hunger, has been able to enable us to get the food, that we've been able to ship it, and we've been able to not just give it out at our hospital, but give it out to other organizations. So it seems like the more we give, the more we've had food come in to give more. So it's
Multiplication.
Yeah, it's really something to see how it's worked.
So you're reaching out to orphanages in that area in the nation of Haiti. Are there other areas that you're assisting with the feeding program?
Well, we're in St. Mark, we're in Bocasel, we're in Port-au-Prince, we're in all the different areas in Haiti. So
I think the thing that's really exciting for us about the food program is many people will say, well, why are you just taking care of kids in Haiti when there's kids here in the U.S. that are hungry? And the thing that's really great about Kids Against Hunger is 1/3 of the food that is packaged goes to Haiti. 1/3 goes into a World Bank for a national worldwide crisis like a tsunami or earthquake, and 1/3 goes to local needy people. So in our case, we send food to the Detroit area through Detroit Rescue Mission and some of the local churches that are in the Detroit area. So we're feeding kids here in the metro area of Detroit, we're feeding kids in Haiti, and also storing food for a national world crisis.
That's good to know, John, because I'm thinking that people that are hearing this have already had on their heart to help in some way. Is the food being packaged here in the area?
yes, the exciting thing about, we had a food packing 2 weeks ago at Covenant Christian Church. Different churches volunteer.
In Rochester?
Yes, and they support the food packing. We did 20,096 meals.
Incredible.
In 4 hours. It's about 6,000 meals an hour. We had 163 volunteers show up from all over to come pack food, and we gave 1/3 of that food to a group called Blessings in a Backpack. And those are children that are on the food program during the week, but on the weekend they don't have any food, so we're able to put food in their backpacks to take home. So that was real exciting. They do Rochester, they do Shelby Township,
Lake
they
Orion.
do Pond, Lake Orion. They do all the areas. So we're trying to not only touch the lives in Haiti, but touch all over the world, wherever there's a need.
I love that. You have a big heart.
Well, it's amazing. Like I was saying earlier, it seems like the more we give, the more responsibility we have to give more to other people, and it's really opened the door.
That's amazing. You talked also about the medical center, and John, your role has been to train and equip people in Haiti. You've been a dean of the school there.
Yes.
And so why is it important to have the people that live there in Haiti educated and learn how to be able to care for others around them?
Well, we think it's important. Number one is that they come into an understanding of the Lord Jesus Christ as their personal Savior. And there's a huge need. A lot of people want to escape and get away from Haiti, but we found that we would only admit people who were willing to commit to stay in Haiti in some area of service. And over 200 graduates are still doing some kind of service work in the nation of Haiti.
I like that. I was there in 2010. It wasn't long after the earthquake,
Yeah.
and there was such devastation. And it's good to know that people are staying to help rebuild and restore that country. Do you see the efforts through Rhema International that are taking part in that?
Yes, it's we have seen in Haiti a big change in people's attitudes. As you want to give and help, it seems like more people want to give and help. You can be very proud of being an American and helping a third world country where you have no hope or thought of getting anything in return. You're truly giving to people that are in need. And that's what Rhema does. That's what we do.
I like that. That's really important. Where do your doctors come from that are equipped to serve in the medical facility?
Our hospital is 100% Haitian equipped. We hire from in Haiti. They're trained in Haiti. Our nurses, our doctors are all from Haiti. We have found through different missionary programs that we've had that they speak the language. They understand the culture. And it's a real culture shock from here to over there because they have different realities than we do. But it's worked out very well hiring from within.
I like that. I think that's very important to equip the people. When you talked about Jesus as being what you want people to realize, that he's their hope, and you want them to know that he loves them, it's so important that people understand that, because when you are without hope, you would act in a certain way that demonstrates that. But when you know Jesus as your Savior, you have the hope of life with him, and you have the hope of eternity. And for me, I think that's one of the most important things of this program. If we can meet the need for people for their food or their medical needs, then we can touch their hearts as well. Is there missionaries there that are there for the duration, that aren't going for a year or a month and coming back? Who is tending to their spiritual needs?
Well, we have like 7 churches in the village. We have a church right across the street, and we support all those churches. We've given them pews and songbooks and Bibles and even an organ. And we've also given them the book Understanding God that Mom has written. It's in French. And we support them, in fact, all the hospitals, also with food and that. So the village is well cared for as far as preaching Jesus Christ to them all. The exciting thing, which kind of hit me kind of funny, we were, when the earthquake came and all that, we had the military come in their helicopters, and we had like 400, we were pulling teeth. We pulled like 462 teeth in 4 hours. They were lined up 4 deep in 4 different chairs. And everything was going on. And I walked into where our sanctuary, I call it our triage, and in there was one of our nurses praying for like 3 rows of people that were in there that were grieving because they had lost loved ones. And it was kind of, when you see all this other going on, teeth being pulled and everything else, you look at it and you go, well, what is she doing? But you know, she's doing the most important thing, and that is, you know,
covering them in prayer.
Yes.
Yep.
So
it's that hope thing.
Yes. And that's where we've come with a line, Rhema is a lifeline of hope. That's where we look.
I believe that. Yeah. I've seen that. I've witnessed that firsthand, that you reach out to people and you are that lifeline of hope.
Well, it's interesting because we had the opportunity. I was given a book a couple years ago called The Tap. And there's the guy that wrote the book is Frank McKinney. And he's a builder and builds multi-million-dollar mansions on the ocean front in Florida. He then takes a significant portion of the money that he makes on those homes and builds villages in Haiti. And so we connected with Frank, and then one of his partners runs 2 schools and 2 orphanages, and now we feed the children. But his whole concept was that the most successful people in life are those that become sensitive to God tapping them on the shoulder with an idea, a thought, something to do, a job opportunity. And so the people that we see that are really, and there are hundreds of organizations in Haiti, but those people have been tapped, just as Harry and I have been tapped by the Lord to help people in Haiti, to feed kids, to help pregnant moms be healthy and have a healthy birth of their child, and then how to raise that child so that they're healthy. And so we really truly believe in the concept that God taps us many times with just something to do, or reaching out, or saying something to a person.
That's beautiful. So we have a choice.
Yes, we do, always.
We say yes, and go or pray or help support,
Right.
Yes.
or we say no and do something else that won't satisfy us.
Yes.
That's beautiful. Is there anything else that you gentlemen would like to add that we haven't already covered?
Well, just that we're having our Christmas gala in December 6th. It's a Sunday evening at Twin Lakes Country Club.
Okay.
And it'd be nice if people could buy tickets. It's a fundraiser, and it helps us do what we do in Haiti. And
And how can people find out more about that if they'd like to come?
well, you can go on our website, or you can call the office at 248-652-2450. Tickets are only $75. It'd be a nice meal. It'd be a nice program. And this will be our 8th one that we've had.
Incredible.
Yeah.
So you have a lot of people that are coming back and they're wanting to support.
Yes. You get a lot of people that you don't, from the community, that call and say, we'd like to help. We don't go to your church, or I don't even know what church you go to, but we'd like to help because we see that you guys are legit, that
Right.
what we're doing is for the poor.
They've checked you out.
Yes.
They know that you're going to do what you say that you will do. You're committed.
Well, John and I are both volunteers, and our reward, to be very honest with you, we went to this orphanage 2 weeks ago, and we pulled up, and these little kids that were 2, 3 years old come running up, and they just wanted to be touched, just be, for a less word, petted. They just wanted to be,
Helped.
just held, just
Yeah.
be acknowledged. And you say to yourself, my God, what would happen if all these Christians weren't doing this in these orphanages? And these orphanages, like John will call me and say, Harry, this orphanage ran out of food 4 days ago.
Oh my.
And John's got the doctor in the bus driving up the mountain to go deliver food. And you start realizing that what we're doing is life or death, not only for their soul, but for as they're living here. And we're developing strong Christians. And I feel as we develop Haiti and strength and teaching of God and everything else, that this can do only help the world.
I was amazed when I was there how the kids would surround you and they really just want you to reach out and
Yes,
touch them and to
yes.
acknowledge them. And occasionally if you had something on your wrist, they would want that too.
Yes.
But it was so remarkable how sweet the kids were and just how kind they were to each other,
Yes.
because they knew the things that they were going through. They wanted to be able to help those around them too. I was overwhelmed with the goodness of the people.
Well,
It
it's
was
really interesting
special.
because when you think about orphanages, and many of these children became orphans because their mother and father were killed in the earthquake. And so they're living with a group of other children, anywhere from 50 to 100 or more. And for them, they don't know what we would call a traditional family of mom, dad, brothers, sisters living in one home. Their family are the other kids and the adults that are running that program. So they have a completely different perception of growing up and living, not from a traditional family viewpoint, but the family is this group. And so I think they're hungry for love. They want to be touched. They want to be loved and cared for. And so that's why we are totally convinced that feeding 4,000 kids a day is just one of our ministries that we must continue.
I'm amazed at the feeding program. It's grown since you were
Oh,
here
yes.
2 years ago.
Yes.
I am amazed how many people are involved with this. And like you said, the more you give out, the more God puts in your hands to give out, because you've been entrusted with something.
Tell a funny old story. I left Haiti 2 hours before the earthquake hit.
Amazing.
On the way to the airport, there were some children on the side of the road rubbing their stomach and going like this. They didn't have any food.
Hungry.
And I said, okay, God, we got to do something to feed these people. It was a little prayer. And as soon as I got back to America, things start clicking and we start getting calls. Can you deliver 50,000 meals? Can you do this? Can you do that? It's amazing how the Lord answers. And sometimes just talking from your heart and praying doesn't have to be elaborate. God knows what you're thinking, what you're doing. Makes a big difference. Look what it's done here. It
Yes.
just, And we're just so happy to be a vessel of the Lord.
Yes, and I see that.
You
I
know?
do. Your brother was here last time too.
Yes.
Peter,
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
And I was able to meet with your mom,
Yes. Yes.
and I heard she would like to write another book.
Yes. Yes. She said she just got out of intensive care. She had some pneumonia, and she got out and she says she feels the Lord's talking to her, and she wants to put it on paper. And at 92 years of age, she's excited to be a servant of the Lord.
That's beautiful.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah, she's a
Yeah.
role model, I'm sure, for
Yeah.
so many people. Any closing comments, gentlemen?
John?
I think we always need help. And that help can come in the form of people just praying for Rhema in our ministry in Haiti. It could be financial, financial contributions to help pay, because we can get the food that we distribute. Our major expense is getting the food shipped from the United States to Haiti. And so we always are looking for partners that would consider supporting the organization so that we can continue feeding kids.
There are some local churches, John, that are involved in this. So what are some of those churches?
Well, Harry, you know the ones
Zion.
that, yes.
Yeah, Mount Zion, Covenant Christian Church. We have a church out in California. We have quite a few churches that give, and a lot of individuals that give. You know, I would say, like John is saying, with the food program, we also have the medical program, which is we do the vaccinations of the children and all that. And that's very important because we can teach the mothers how to take care of their children when they're little, and that's something as they grow they all benefit from.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. That's a really good thing. I love that you're sowing into the people, training them and teaching them and providing for their needs.
Well, it's interesting because this trip we just returned from, we heard about a school that was really up in the mountain area, and it was kind of a remote area, but there were thousands of people living in this area, this village or this town. And there was a school that has 500 students. And they were not able to feed the children at all. So they'd come at 8 o'clock in the morning, leave at 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, but have no lunch. And talk about what we were saying before about being tapped. We just felt we needed to do something, and so we've kind of rearranged our whole food program, and we are now going to be able to provide a lunch for every one of those students for the entire year.
What a difference you will make in their
Yes.
lives
Yes.
by that one simple act of obedience.
Yes.
Saying yes when you're tapped. I
Yes.
like that. I'm going to have to look
Yes.
for that book.
It's a great
Gentlemen,
book.
it has been an honor to meet with both of you today. You've touched my life just hearing what God is doing through your life. And I know that you've done that for our viewers. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
for having
you.
us. Bye-bye.
I hope you've enjoyed this edition of Go Ye Therefore. And any time that you want to learn more about what you can do to help in other countries or even right here in our own country, please feel free to give me a call or visit the websites that you heard about today. God bless you until we meet again. Thank you.